Up next on the Tesla Plaid channel. December 1st, 2021, Showtime Dragstrip. All right, we're gonna go best 2 out of 3 against the Plymouth Barracuda. Right, this is for best 2 out of 3. Through intentionally get some of that prep in my tires. Okay, we talked about how we're going to stage this. I'm going to take a bulb, and then he's going to take a bulb, and he's going to give me a couple seconds. Okay, perfect. Except we left our headlights off. Whoops. I turned off my lights earlier. Might give me a warning. Let's put it back. Oh, shame. Mistakes happen out here. They had us sitting in the staging lane so long I turned off my lights as a courtesy to the mini dragster and the motorcycles that were going down. By the time they sent us, I'd forgotten I turned them off. You can't really tell inside the car. They're back on now. No harm, no foul.
609, 119.
Yeah.
Consistent tonight.
Yeah, other than the 2 614s where it was the prep wasn't so hot.
Yeah.
It seems like this prep that they're using now doesn't last as long. You know?
He's not using VHT because he can't get any.
Yeah.
They're not filling. You know, they're not doing anything, so he's using something else.
Well, that something else is all right for like 30 minutes.
yeah. That's what he says.
But on
gotta keep it hot.
But on a 2-hour stretch, I know. It's not
the
there.
Goes away. Yeah.
Thanks.
All right.
He did not have a great pass. It was a drag race to 330 feet, 402 to 409. But after that, I pulled away. Ran a 609 at 118.9. He ran a 668 at 83. He must have gotten out of it. He had a 139 60 foot to my 147. Fun race. So both the Plymouth and the Nova were having their challenges tonight. Allowed us to win some races I didn't expect us to win.
I was worried I was going to put gray paint on the blue car.
Oh, were you getting sideways?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen the footage on the cameras yet.
Yeah, I was coming at you.
Yeah.
I mean, right from the hit, it jumped sideways. And I think it's because they just sprayed it. He told me to spin through it, and I did. And then when I got on the brakes, I just slid. That's how slick it was.
We were really close to the 330.
Yeah.
On the time slip. I guess he accidentally gave me the whole slip.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
You all right with that if I post it?
I don't care. Because
I mean,
on that pass there, I just,
yeah.
you know, I lifted way early.
I thought, yeah. Because your mile an hour was way down, like 90 or something. But,
Yeah.
But to the 330.
Yeah, that was the first time I've ever hit the first turn off. Because when I went to turn in, I'm like, oh, they got Jersey barriers here. I can't.
But that was a drag race to 330.
Yeah.
It was good. But I'm looking forward to seeing the footage now to seeing how out of shape.
Yeah, because it spun. You know, it reacted weird because it dug out, stood up, sat down, and then I went towards you. And I'm like, uh-oh, I'm out of the groove. Yeah. And then I pulled it back, stabbed it, and went right back over. And I'm like, no, it's a bore.
that second step is
it's always a no-no.
dicey.
You know, I learned that in school. You know, you got to abort. You know. But yeah, if we would have ran on my very first, and it sucks, on my very first pass, we would have ran good. You know, and that's what I was wanting to do. I wanted to come out here and give you a decent run.
Well, you know, the same thing with Don. Don had that amazing 584 pass in the Nova, and since then he hasn't been able to get anything under 6.0, and one problem after another. He actually sucked a fuel tank dry on that last pass, and it backfired big time. Maybe half a gallon in the tank, but that's not going to get into the pump, you know. So, interesting races tonight. I mean, I expected you and the Nova to take me at least once each tonight, if not a couple times. But,
yeah, the only way I can say I got you is when you red lighted.
So the 617 pass that you had tonight, do you think the car's got much more than that in it? Do you think?
Yes, it does.
When the spray is working and everything.
No, the 617 was on the motor.
Right.
And then I was like, well, I'll spray it, and I'm going down in the 5.
Right. Yeah.
And then it just didn't take that, the spitting and sputtering. So
is it?
I think I might have hurt a plug on that pass because I haven't been able to duplicate that pass yet. And they said that I was spitting flames out.
Well, it's probably mixture, too lean or too rich, right?
It does run good on the motor. You know, but yeah, it was fun again.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was real fun, man.
Did you you load it up already?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see him when I came around. Cool. Yeah, we'll do it again.
Yes, definitely.
How's it going?
How you doing?
Good. Can I make a pass next to your car?
Yeah, sure.
You guys are going left lane?
Right.
Oh, good. We'll switch.
Okay.
The 79 Malibu on some pretty good sized tires. That's Mickey Thompson slick on a beadlock wheel. 79. He's really hauling, so it's gonna be a good race. We're gonna run the 79 Impala here. This thing is fast. All right, let's see what we can do here. We gotta get this thing staged. He's shoot, he's already in there. Oh, he's in. Oh, he's in. Taking bets behind us in the staging lanes. I don't know if the rear camera picked that up. I'll try to find it. I don't know if he was betting for me or the Impala. That felt like a good sticky run. I'm guessing that was about a 610. How'd we do?
618, 118.
618. All right, thanks. We ran a 618 at 118, so a little bit slower than I thought. Not a bad reaction considering it was a Pro Tree that I didn't fully anticipate. A 0.23 reaction, but it got the job done. All we know is at the finish line he was half a second behind us. I enjoyed that. Let's see if I can find out anything about that build.
There's a Tesla man right there.
That's a fun run.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. No time Pro Tree car, beadlock, full slicks. Hold on, let me turn the camera.
Yeah, no problem.
So, You stumbled a little bit on the line. Do you have traction issue? Or
Yeah,
what
I
happened? You were spinning.
spent hard.
Yeah. You got a good burnout, I thought, and they had
That's what I
reprepped it.
thought, but that glue, that VAC
Yeah,
ain't.
it's not the same.
No, I spent each time. That's the third time out.
Yeah.
I spent each. I went to the right lane. Went to the left lane.
Yeah.
And I went to the right lane.
We're talking
close
about,
was it, dog?
We're talking about all the spinning.
I was trying to come back, but it
I
was
see.
like
Did you get close to him or no?
probably about a car length maybe.
Okay, because it looked like you were starting to run
Yeah.
to him.
I was coming. It was like, I see. All right, it's coming.
Well,
But I spent. It spent. And then I let off and spin a little bit. I'm like,
yeah.
come on, catch me. No.
My traction was all right. I mean, a 618. I'm off a 10th on some of the runs, and I'm spot on the other runs.
Two things, so
a little hit and miss. But I appreciate you guys reprepping out there.
We're just trying to make it clean, you know?
Yeah.
We're working with this new stuff. I said, we're just trying to make it clean. I'll holler at you.
Okay, I'm gonna run the Nova.
Let me get another test session.
All right, we're gonna run the Nova one last time. See if we can get a good clean pass with Dawn. All right, one more pass with the Nova. I seem to be running in the 610s, and if he gets a clean pass, he's going to put us in his rearview mirror in a hurry. Certainly plenty of burnout for Dawn. I'm way off to the right on this pass, but this is where I see the stick. So let's get this thing properly staged. Oh crap, I didn't even put it in drag strip mode, darn it. Oh well, let's see what we get. Oh, he's already fully staged, so I'm not going to be able to... on his side, he never runs a 0.3. I didn't feel any spin, didn't significantly cut any power. We're at 82% now, and it says 2 minutes remaining for drag strip mode. So drag strip mode was a bit of a bust. That's too bad I didn't have any time to really prepare.
620, 118.
Ooh, 620. All right, cool, thanks. So we're at 82% battery now, and we're definitely slowing down. 626 at 118, and he ran a 595. Now his 595 is untouchable for the Tesla, but he had a 0.3, so anything 625 and faster, I would have been able to win that race. 626 wasn't quite there in my reaction. 0.1 wasn't going to get the job done. So good to see his car make a better pass, the kind of pass that car's capable of. It's the end of the night. It's getting close to 10 o'clock. Prep is a little sketchy. I didn't warm up the battery ahead of time, so a lot of things I could have done to win that race, including a better reaction time, but I didn't do them, so fun nonetheless. Only a 595. You gave me a lot of that tree. I don't know why you gave me that one. That should have been enough for me to stay ahead, but
is your battery dropping?
I'm at low 80s now, yeah. And I might have had a bit of a traction issue. I didn't warm up the battery. I did a lot of things wrong on that pass.
Okay.
The 626 showed it, but
I'm having a little trouble too with my purge solenoid stuck.
oh,
That's where
That's
my
not good.
bottle went. I heard something. I thought it was a car over here that did it. My car was sitting right here charging it, you know, from the last run.
yeah.
And I stuck the new bottle on, turned it on, and it was coming out of my purge right away as soon as I turned the valve
immediately,
on.
it's stuck open. Oh,
Yeah, so I
gotcha.
tapped it with a wrench. It stopped. I went in and hit the button. It stuck again.
Yeah.
So I couldn't purge or nothing.
Yeah. So that explains the 595.
Probably.
But-
yeah.
Yeah. But it was a close race. It'll make for an interesting video. I'm looking forward to seeing that footage on that one. I mean, so many issues out here from so many cars tonight.
I know.
I don't think anybody's been making
It's
like
probably my most.
passes.
I mean, yeah, that's like the best pass I've made tonight. And it was horrible.
What was that first pass though? That 584.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. This probably should have been in the 80s, but I feathered it a little bit too on the other end.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna try to do one more pass tonight, man, if I can get it in. You know, since I got the other bottle, I think I can drop it down into 80, low 80.
Yeah.
It hooked up pretty decent off the line for me.
Yeah. So why do you think your tree was off? Was there?
You know, I don't know. I think what I did, I went, I didn't stage like I normally bump the second light. I bumped in and it kind of went both lights on. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not how I normally stage. I like to get the first light, but I normally, if both lights light up, I just sit there. I don't try to back out or nothing. Just sit there. So I think that might have had an effect on my tree.
It was kind of that way for both of us, because when you went in both, I was gonna, stage it up, and then I'm like, I don't really have enough time, but I started to, and so that affects my ability to get out of the hole.
It seemed like it took a long time once we were both staged. Didn't it take a long time for the yellows to drop?
It did.
Because I noticed it's, damn, that's extremely long. I started thinking, damn, I went on the two-step way too soon.
Yeah, you were,
you know,
you were revved up for a minute. Yeah.
Usually I don't even start my rev up on my RPM and put the two-step in until I bump the second bump, and then I see the first yellow one starting to drop. Then that's usually when I'm at it, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, everything was off on me on that one.
I know the feeling. But you're the same way. If you get in too deep, you wait a little bit.
It's got an
right?
effect because I've done it before, and it does the same thing to me. It gives me a late tree. You think it'd be the other way around, like an early tree or red light or something, but it doesn't. I don't know. I'm not sure about how it all transpires, man, but I know that's kind of what happened to me on the tree, and I've done it before. So,
well,
I appreciate a lot of fun.
It was fairly close. Thankfully the difference in our trees kept us pretty close side by side, so I think the video will come out.
Okay. Cool. All right, thanks, Andrew.
Thanks, Sean.
Enjoyed it, brother.
All right, Nathan. So you have a lane preference, right or left?
Yeah, I'm going to take lane 3 for an advantage.
Lane 3,
it's a shortcut.
Well, my cameras are only on the right side, so you okay with right?
I'll be on runway I-95. I'll take the right if you don't mind. You've got
Right
that left
is.
side pretty much dialed in there.
Are you going to try to stage it with launch control?
Let's do the same thing together.
Okay, but we got to leave off the tree. So once we're both in on yellow, I'll ask the starter to give it a couple seconds before he starts the tree.
Yeah, give us a pause so we both can drop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Here it up. Good luck with that flush.
All right, the white Plaid wants to make a run. We've been saving it for the end so we can make our fastest passes against some of those beasts, like the Nova and the Plymouth and the Malibu. So for this pass, we're going to try to get it into launch mode. We're also going to try to find a sticky part of this track. So Millsy, once he and I both have, both staging bulbs, can you count like 7?
Hold the light.
Like 6 seconds? Yeah. All right, we're still 2 minutes remaining on drag strip mode. That's unfortunate, but we'll take what we got here. And I think it's going to come down to the tree probably, because our ETs will probably be pretty close. Okay, here we go. I'm good when you are. Let's do it. Now. Oh, he red lit. And I'm spinning like crazy. Now. Oh, he red lit. And I'm spinning like crazy. You could hear my tires. It was struggling for traction. I'm at drag strip peak performance ready now. I'm not sure if I was. I'll look at the video and see if I was at the line. Yeah, he jumped that light. He was trying to get every advantage he could get there. Like was a 0.5 negative, half of a tenth. So not like totally egregious, but enough to not win the race, that's for sure.
He wants 2 out of 3.
Maybe. I'll have to see where his battery's at. traction was really rough on that pass.
Oh, I know. The track's going away.
Yeah, I could hear my tires grasping the whole time. Yeah, maybe we will. How much time we got left? So the other Plaid ran a 615 at 118, and I ran a 626 at 117. I was slipping. He had a negative 0.5 reaction to my 0.13 reaction. My reactions are a little less consistent when I'm in launch control. See if we have time to run that back.
2 out of 3. I redlined. I gave it to you.
Where's your battery at?
81.
I'm at 80. Okay. All right, once more against the other Plaid. As usual, I'm not in drag strip mode. All right. Somehow I'm guessing he is in drag strip mode, but that's fine. Okay, let's see what we get this time. Maybe a better reaction would be good. I gotta be in the right spot. Okay, here we go. I'm ready. Now, yeah, that was a better reaction 03 to his 254. Better reaction 03 to his 254, and no reds. Tires are making some noise, but I don't think that was a 625. That felt a little faster to me. That felt faster.
611, 119.
There we go.
149, 60 foot.
Yeah. See, I thought it had some runs left in it tonight.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Tom.
All right.
So after that pass, we're down to 78% battery charge, and we were able to run a 611 at 119.3 with an 03 reaction. The white Plaid ran a 618 at 118.7, so similar ET and mile an hour to his previous pass, but his reaction of 0.26, and so the finish margin 0.3, 3/10 of a second. So technically, I guess we already won 2 out of 3. With only 2 races, because he red lit on the first one, and then I took that second one by 3/10 of a second. We certainly made a lot of runs. A lot of fun though. That might be our last run of the night. It's getting really close to 10. Yeah, it's 9:52, and it's almost 10 o'clock. This is the last run of the night. I really mean it, because they just closed the staging lanes. We're the last 2 cars down the track. So, traction gonna be at a premium here. Peak performance ready, drag strip mode, and if I get this thing staged, I might have a little bit of a chance. Okay, looking good. Oh wow! Dang. I gotta keep my eyes forward, but when the car next to you's pointed up at the sky like that, hard not to notice it. Felt like the closest race of the night.
616, 118. It was a close race. He only beat you by 0.05.
That was a fun race. I'll see you next Wednesday.
All right.
See you, Tom. That was a drag race. I had an 02 reaction. That certainly helped me. He had an 09. He ran a 603 to my 616, but at the finish line it was only 05 because of my slightly better reaction time. Man, he had a 136 60 foot to my 151. I'm down to 76% battery charge now after that run, so I can't expect anything better than about a 610. But man, that was a fun race. Earlier in the evening it would have been a little closer, but a lot of fun. What a great night of races tonight, man. Great fun.
They were up about 3.5 feet.
That was a drag race.
Good run, man. Good run.
That was fun.
Yeah,
I had you a little bit on the tree, and that kept me in it, but you still had me by half a tenth at the finish line. But
Reaction time.
Can't see right here.
I think I saw an 02 and an 09 on the board. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did 095.
But you know,
I had to shift quick though, man. That's why I lost time.
Oh,
Because I couldn't wind it out. Once it went up, to bring it down, I had to shift.
Yeah.
And it came down, I just stayed in it.
So, you know, obviously I got to keep my eyes forward out there on the track, but I did see something over. Somebody
I
pointed.
couldn't see the track for a little bit.
Yeah.
136, we got 095 reaction. You had a 020. Yeah, good reaction, bro.
Yeah. So, how long were you in the air? I mean, I just saw
393. I'm usually like 373 at 330. So
yeah. I mean, you didn't.
a little slower too. 116 mile an hour. 603. You did a 616. 118.
Yeah, I'm down to like 76% battery or something, so I've come down quite a bit. I had a lot of runs tonight, a lot of different cars.
Yeah, I was my sixth pass of the night.
You weren't in the air though as long as you were a couple weeks ago.
No, because
that's
what I was being. I shifted. I short shifted. Once he came up, I just shifted.
Oh, you shifted to come down.
Yeah, I usually shift at 6.5.
Gotcha.
I shifted probably like 4 or 5.
I got you. Okay.
Short shift.
Well,
But if I didn't, I mean, I don't know what would have happened. I couldn't see the track. So
Here's what you look like. 60-footed on the back tire, though.
Yeah.
I think they came up.
Yeah, I shifted. That's one thing. I would have still been up in the air.
That rotated quick. I mean, it came up on like one revolution of that rear tire.
Yeah.
So I think you 60-footed on the back tire. And a 130, would you have 136?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, you might have been in a high 20 on if it stayed down.
I can appreciate how hard you left and stayed in it though. Good Lord.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you were up, yeah.
It even scooted over a little bit to the left.
Yeah,
it looked
did.
like.
Is that when you burped it a little? You just a little lift and
Well, that's what I'm saying. Once it goes up, you don't know if you're which direction.
Left or right, yeah.
Yeah, so I just shift so I can bring it down so I can see again.
Yeah. Damn. That's what they say, just to shift it and let that, the bogging it down with it a little bit.
Yeah.
But still, what is it, 6.0?
Did you get a good
Yeah, it was a 603 to ET.
I think that's the ET of the night right there. I would say of that 4 or 5. I had a 9.
I'm thinking about maybe trying to incorporate that into my video.
Hey, thank you. I had fun, man.
It's a better side angle.
I had more time enjoying watching a little bit than even running.
This car was worth coming down here late for.
Yeah, oh yeah. Wicked cool, man.
I'm gonna be at the Snowbird National this weekend, man. I'll be running an index class up there.
Are you 500 cubic inch plus or what?
No, it's a 423 cubic inch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Small one?
Yeah, small block.
That
Sure
sucker,
sounds like a big
that
block,
sucker-
doesn't it?
Right now I can't even purge my cylinder.
Dude, that sucker thumps for a small block. Holy crap.
I lost half a ball of nitrous tonight.
So you got our Tesla versus Tesla 2 out of 3 match tonight.
I did. I had a better run in that second pass.
Yeah, you
both on the
149
tree.
you went. Yeah, you were on the tree too.
Yeah.
But you still got copper.
But I needed that as a warm-up for this race, and I at least gave more of a run than I did on the previous pass where I ran a 626.
Would you
And
60 on that with him? Did it?
I think it was 149.
Oh, so you were right there then.
and I had an O2 reaction.
Oh yeah,
that race,
you're on a
so-
tree. Yeah.
And I needed it because I knew he was going to have more power, especially this late in the night. I'm like down around 75% now.
Yeah, I didn't know
it
how
might be
quick the
76.
car.
I think I'm in 76 now.
Yeah, 603, and he did burp it, you know, or he
Yeah.
just shifted it like he said.
Yeah. Yeah.
That thing is amazing. Thank you, Milty.
I got 413
cruising car, but
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. Actually, this thing was 570. I was in the Bird National, Bird, they call it it's usually called Turkey Pass, but last weekend it was a 3-day race. And I was turning 570s up there, man, but that's a lot cooler weather. I don't have
That was a great night of drag racing. I think we had 10 runs, and we used launch control a lot more than usual. Feels like we're getting better at it on the tree, both in terms of getting it staged up and getting a decent, consistent reaction time, even with launch control engaged. So it was a lot of fun. I tell you, that Nova is becoming quite the rival. We know that when he's got everything dialed in, we can't touch his 580s and 590s, but you know, like any other internal combustion engine car, a lot of variables, and whether he's running low on his nitrous bottle or fuel starved, like on that one pass where he had that big backfire, it opens the door for the Tesla to take the win. And we were back and forth tonight. We beat him a couple times, he beat us a couple times, and I'm looking forward to future races. But boy, you got a lot of air under those front tires on that last run. I just watched some video that somebody in the grandstand shot, and yeah, that's what makes it fun out there. So hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time right here on the Tesla Plaid channel.